Okay.
While you set up, Vinayak, I'll just do a quick welcome. Welcome everyone to today's webinar on circular economy and cleanups for impactful change. And we are very, very privileged and honored to welcome Siddharth Hande from Kabadiwala Connect. He brings with him invaluable expertise in waste management and recycling, particularly in working with local kabadiwalas to create sustainable solutions. And we have been partnering with him since Earth Day, and he's also an integral part of our ISA Great Global Cleanup Earth Day Hero Awards. Vinayak will share more insights on that. So over to you, Vinayak. Stage is all yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Deepak ma'am. Hello, and once again, welcome everyone for this wonderful session with circular economy, fostering circular economy in cleanups. Especially this year, we always wanted all the cleanup heroes and all cleanups we wanted to be in touch with and activate them for the connecting them with the kabadiwalas, local kabadiwalas, to foster circular economy and ensure proper waste management. So today we will be having the insightful session with Mr. Siddharth Hande. So as we are blessed with the presence of our director of program, Mrs. Devapriya Pratha. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the being here and blessing us with your guidance. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Siddharth for taking this time, and we will have a wonderful session now with him. So yeah, I would like to announce this again. This is initiative under the Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards. These awards are started back and because we want to build a platform to develop a leadership in between youth to start a cleanup and ensure and be sensitizing and mobilizing people around cleanups. So this is the uh, uh, always a pleasure to being connecting with leaders like you. All today, you have people are attending. Those are the inspiration for us, and we appreciate the great work that you are doing on the ground and for the cleaning our planet and making our places clean. So I would like to start by sharing my screen with the details of what is the Great Global Cleanup. Most of the people are new here, those may not be aware about the Great Global Cleanup and Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards. So I would like to share my screen and give a brief about the Great Global Cleanup and the Great Global Cleanup Hero Award. Just give me a second. Uh, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So so this webinar is the first initiative we started with the Great Global Cleanup Hero awardees, and the Great Global Cleanup is our global campaign which mobilizing and sensitizing youth for a clean planet through cleanups. So EarthDay.org is focused on accelerating solutions to combat plastic pollution by activating government, citizens, and businesses to do their parts, and everyone is accounted for, everyone is accountable, and it's your turn to make a difference, starting with organizing or joining community cleanups. And cleanups are very fun and easy way to amplify your impact on Earth Day and every day. So I have been seeing the part that you are doing. All the participants of our all applicants of Great Global Cleanup Heroes, they are doing fantastic work on the ground. So what is the benefits of joining Great Global Cleanup? the the campaign, when you join the campaign, it is your start and initiate that your efforts are making changes, your efforts are taking noticed on our Great Global Cleanup map on our website. The second thing, you get the opportunities to partner with EDO, on ground opportunities with the EDO. The third thing, you get the volunteer for your initiative through our website. Also, you get connected with the like-minded people, like-minded leaders like you, and then you amplify your initiative through our outreach. So those are the opportunities when you connect your initiative with Great Global Cleanup. And this is the platform that we made to endorse and recognize the efforts that you are doing, innovative efforts that you are doing on the ground. These are recognized by the ISA Earth Day Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards. So those awards recognizes and prestigious competition organized by Earth Day Network India in partnership with India Energy Storage Alliances, ISA, and Emerging Technology News, ETN. And it aims to develop leadership for mobilizing people around cleanups and sensitizing them about plastic pollution. This awards recognizes, celebrates, and honors the group organizations that have demonstrated exceptional creativity, dedication, and success in cleanup up various environments to keep our planet clean. So this is very great and prestigious opportunity for all those who are involved in cleanup. And this year we are taking entries and applications for this. And today is the deadline. So this if you can take a screenshot of the screen, this QR code is there, and here is the link bit.ly/capital GGCH. Those are the things to apply, and today is the deadline. If you are new here, if you haven't applied yet, please consider to apply. Don't miss this opportunity, because this is a very wonderful opportunity where you get met with the like-minded people and you take a step ahead with starting your cleanup and getting recognizing by Earth Day. So this year we have collaborated with Kabadiwalas, and if you can see our last few years, we received more than 43 entries in 2022, 46 entries in 2023, and this year 2024 we received 86 entries and still counting from 11 countries and more than 13 states uh, in India. So this year, what's new in it? So in this year, Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards in 2024, we have inclusion of Kabadiwalas in cleanup drives to ensure the management of waste to foster circular economy, a new category for the best Kabadiwala, the introduction of new categories of green creators or influencers. Those are having influence on social media. We are encourage them to do it for the Great Global Cleanup Hero. The Great Global Cleanup community, we have built the community over WhatsApp with 150 plus members, and there are multiple enormous resources for the cleanup leaders. Those who want to start the cleanup from the scratch, we have resources for them to how to start a cleanup and how to make it a sustainable for the long term. So those are the benefits when you join this movement, this campaign. So today we are here for circular economy in cleanups for impactful change. And in this webinar, we will be having building cleanup capacity, empowering community engagements, connecting with Kabadiwalas and understanding the circular economy by our prestigious guest, Siddharth Hande, who is the founder of Kabadiwala Connect. Siddharth Hande is the development sector specialist and founder of and CEO of Kabadiwala Connect, an award-winning social enterprises in the field of waste management. His work focused on developing scalable and inclusive solution for the collection, aggregation, and processing of post-consumer waste in cities in developing world. He aims to articulate a more cost-effective and inclusive approach for cities in a global south to apply circular economy principles. So thank you, Siddharth, for taking the time, and I would like to welcome. Now I'm handing over to you. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Vinayak, and thank you, Devapriya, so much. This has been a great experience for us to partner with Earth Day and support this cleanup mandate. It's something very close to my heart. Actually, Kabadiwala Connect started when I used to, the idea of Kabadiwala Connect started when I used to organize beach cleanups when I was in my college days. We used to organize in Elliott's Beach in Chennai. And it was there where, what we found was we would pick up all the material there and put it in the municipal bin, and that would go to our landfills. Like in Chennai, we have a Palikarna and Kudungur. These are actually marshlands. And so really poorly managed landfills. And it was there that I noticed waste pickers coming in and picking up certain kinds of material. And I got really fascinated by this informal supply chain, which involves waste pickers, small scrap shops, large scrap shops, really like the key, you could say, key stakeholders for recyclable waste collection and waste management, not just in India, but in Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, really the global south. So Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia. And it's been a really, really fun experience partnering with Earth Day to come back to my roots and look at how can we create a framework to actually integrate kabadiwalas as an important stakeholder when organizing cleanup. So I have a few slides to showcase. We worked on a pilot in Chennai to showcase how this was possible. So my goal here is to speak about what is the best way to incorporate kabadiwalas into cleanups and what is the kind of impact that you can see. So just give me a second. I'm going to share my slides with you. Yeah. So on 13th April 2024 in Kovalam Beach, which is about it's a beach 40 kilometers south of Chennai, we organized a pilot activity of what we call a beach cleanup 2.0, a cleanup that incorporates the scrap shop as a key stakeholder in the activity. Just to give you a sense, what was our agenda? We had all the participants come in. We flagged off the event. We ran a beach cleanup for about an hour and a half. And then we also had a closing ceremony. We had music as well as to kind of end the event. Why do we call this a beach cleanup 2.0? Because traditionally, when you organize a beach cleanup, all the material that gets picked up goes into one mixed waste bag, and then the only logical destination for that bag is to get disposed in the landfill. Whereas in the 2.0, there are actually two fractions that you're collecting. One is a mixed waste bag that will have to be ended up in the landfill because there's no opportunity to recycle it. But then the second one is a recyclable waste bag and the material that's recyclable is given, the information is given and provided by the local scrap shop. And then that material will be taken by this particular scrap shop partner, and then it would go into the recycling supply chain. So in Chennai, in Kovalam, we found our local partner. See, this is the thing, like every place that you would go and run a cleanup, any place, there's always a small scrap shop nearby. It's just a matter of finding him. So even in Kovalam, 40 kilometers south of Chennai, we found Mr. Kathiresan, who runs Kumaravil Trading. And in this particular shop, he was already buying like Bombay, what they call Bombay plastic. So this is your rigid HDP and PP. So your thick HDP and PP, think of shampoo bottles and those kinds of things. Water bottles, PET, glass, PVC, cardboard, paper, aluminum, and mixed wire. So this is just an example, and I'll share these slides with everyone. So this is an example of what this particular scrap shop was taking. And what we supported was, the agenda was we informed the volunteers that came in that we would like them to separate the materials they collected into two different types of bags. One is the recyclable bag that had all of those materials that I previously mentioned. And then the second was the general waste, a lot of organic waste, but even unfortunately low value plastic because it's not really being collected for recycling right now. And I'm just going to very quickly show you the video of how it turned out.
Siddharth, I think the audio is not, you can just allow the audio of the video.
Yeah, just so that's just giving you a sense of the event. And one of the key elements is we had the scrap shop partner collecting the material. And so what did we find at the end of it? At the end of this cleanup, we collected about 160 kgs of waste, out of which close to 40% was diverted from the landfill because it went directly to the hands of the scrap shop and also helping him earn a little money. So on the day, he was able to make 1,000 rupees from this different materials. Yeah, it's a very simple process, actually. The main thing is while you're organizing the cleanup, also look at who can come and support the which scrap shop around can come and support, try to incentivize the scrap shop to be there with you throughout the cleanup, and then work with your volunteers to segregate into this materials that the scrap shop collects. So the process is very simple. Identify a scrap shop, understand what materials they're already buying and which is going for recycling, communicate these materials to your volunteers and ensure they keep that in a separate bag, and then get your scrap shop to keep those bags with them. So, in our case, we also got our Mr. Katvisan brought his weighing scale with him. So we are actually able to weigh the total volume as well as the volume that he wanted to take. And so this way, it was a very successful pilot. And yeah, I look forward to supporting this endeavor. I hope that everyone here and who's looking to organize these cleanups can take some inspiration from this and ensure that some of the recyclable waste goes away from the landfill into the hands of the informal recycling sector so that they can recycle it properly. Yeah, I'll stop there. Back to you, Vinay. Yes.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. It's really nice to see. Generally, we see the cleanup are doing the best efforts to collect waste. When waste is collected by the local municipal corporation, and what happened is that it is not ensured that waste going proper segregation and recycle. It should maybe or it's probably going to the landfill. So here the key area where we are working and the thing of local Kabaddi inclusion will be working. So how there might be question from our participants if
Yeah, I think we lost. I think we lost Vinayak over there. I think he was asking about the questions. I'm just going to put in. I'm just going to put in my email address just on the screen. Vinayak, yeah. We lost you
yeah,
for a
yeah.
second. If you can
So
just repeat.
yeah, so I was saying if our participants have some questions, they might have some questions, they can ask in question and answer so that we can discuss about the how if they have any queries. Mostly what I understand from their side because I have involved with some of them. So their major question is how to find the local kabaddi balas, how to connect with him, and how to include in their process of the cleanup. So if you can address that question, please. Uh,
Yeah,
Siddharth.
so like I said, wherever you choose your location for your cleanup, whether it's in a school, whether it's in a college, whether it's in a beach, and and most likely you're in a city or a town, even if you're in a rural or peri-urban area, you're going to find a scrap shop in a local place. See, for us, for example, we ran it in a fishing village 40 kilometers down south, and still there were like 3 or 4 scrap shops for us to choose from. who we wanted to partner. So one is that the scrap shops are very available everywhere. So it's just a matter of walking the street, finding out where they are. And it's a basic basic endeavor of like finding them by just walking the neighborhood. That's number one. Number two, in terms of getting them to come for the cleanup, there are two incentives. One is you can actually tell them, look, I'm getting 100 volunteers and they're going to get a minimum 100 kgs or 50 kgs or 75 kgs of recycling waste for you. We'll give it to you for free. So then the scrap shop owner is incentivized to come because he knows he's getting material that is actually going to support his livelihood and he's getting it for free. Normally, the scrap shops are buying this material from different people. So that's a very good incentive. In some cases also to support them for the day, because they have to make a daily wage. You could also allocate in your budget a little bit of amount to support the scrap shop being there with you and for the entire event. So think of it as a small retainer that you provide for the scrap shop to come, for them to be there. So this is the main thing. When working with the kabadiwala, there are two things. One is you have to first understand what is the material that they are buying. What is it, the material that they buy? So when you go to their shop, take photos of the different materials they have, understand what that means, build a small PPT where they are, where you can educate the volunteers on what is the materials that you want them to segregate and what is the quality. It shouldn't be wet. It shouldn't be too contaminated, things like that. And then also ensure that the kabadiwala brings his weighing scale, because when he brings the weighing scale, when he or she brings the weighing scale, then you're able to actually weigh all the material as well. So I think if you follow these steps, you're going to be very successful in working and partnering with the kabadiwala shop.
Yeah, definitely. The awareness of the volunteers is very, very important. They should know what types of waste they can be recyclable, and so that in that way they can segregate the waste. One is non-recyclable and one is the recyclable one. So questions are coming here in our question box. That is, if does Kabadiwala Connect handle clothing too, aka post-consumer textile waste? What about the post-consumer textile waste?
Yeah, so when you look at it, the scrap shops will procure material they know they can sell upstream for some recycling. So typically a lot of paper, a lot of thick plastics, glass, metal, these are traditional materials. The Kabadiwalas have been buying this for some 30, 40 years. Textile waste, low value plastic, these are things that don't have a recycling end destination at the moment. So you can't expect the Kabadiwala to take it. But that is changing. Hopefully, we will have some recyclers come in for low value plastic, converting that into pyrolysis oil, for example. And we also are there are recyclers who are looking to come into the market for textile recycling as well. But these are things that are really in the future. So unfortunately, not all materials collected can be recycled. It's about doing the match the following. Like, what does the scrap shop take? And during your cleanup, ensure that that material is collected in a non-contaminated way for that scrap shop. It's not solving the entire process. You're still going to have material that will have to be landfilled. But for example, in our cleanup, we were able to ensure that 40 to 50% less was going to the landfill, which I think is a really important first step.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Aditi is asking, why can't the schools have a person designated to collect waste? Definitely, Aditi, I would like to answer that question. So, school has a different, they are how loaded with other extracurricular activity as well. But there are some initiative that is happening with the schools as well. We are encouraging them to collect and aware students about the types of waste, it is generated in household, because students are mostly in household and they are much aware about what is the waste which is producing in their household itself. So if they are aware, so the students are keen to segregate that waste and collect it and make sure that everyone is segregated and going into the specific dustbin. So yeah, it is very important that education processes it should be included in our traditional education system about the waste, the types of waste and the education about the. Yeah, so that you want to add in this.
No, I think no, I think you answered the question really well. I think also again, even with schools, there will be a local recycler, and it's about creating a partnership with them. There are certain materials that are generated in schools that can definitely go back into the recycling ecosystem. So I think partnerships are a key part of this. And again, for what we are trying to do here, with this idea of a cleanup 2.0, is to ensure that the waste that can be recycled is recycled. And then, of course, Earth Day and a lot of our organizations are also working on the question of how do you recycle other types of materials. So I think, I think that's about it. Vinayak, I'm sorry to say I'm stuck in the airport, unfortunately, so I'll have to jump off the call fairly soon. But just wanted to say, please feel free to write to me. My email is sid@kabadiwalaconnect.in. Vinayak, if you don't mind sharing it with the attendees
Yeah,
and things, I'd be happy to field further questions. And as your journey, I really hope that this presentation, even the presentation slides, I'll share it so that everybody who's attended here can use it. And my real hope is that the 50 attendees over here really use this as inspiration to organize these cleanups, but partner with their Kabadiwala shop while they do it. So yeah, I'll have to sign off fairly soon, but please feel free to connect with me, and I will share my presentation as well with everyone.
yeah, definitely. So once again, thank you so much, Siddharth, for taking your time and having an insightful session with our all cleanup heroes. And I will share the presentation with your contact with all the participants. If any participants might have questions, they can reach to you. And once again, thank you all participants for joining in and giving insightful time to listen about the cleanup 2.0. And in those who have not applied, I appeal again, please apply for Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards and 2024. Don't miss the opportunity. Today is the deadline. And by today midnight, we are closing the application. I will be sharing the link with you all. I hope you are part of our community on WhatsApp. I will share the form link again today. So please consider to apply for Great Global Cleanup Hero Awards and encourage those who are doing a cleanup, but they are not aware about this award and this opportunity. So once again, thank you so much. And I think today we have a great insightful webinar with the Kabadiwala Connect. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good